everyone. We are on our 18th speaker, and Bai Rohaniza Sumndad-Usman, or also known as Ate Honey, is the founder and chief peace mission keeper of Tech Peace Build Peace Movement, or TPBPM, a nonprofit organization that aims to make every Filipino child and youth a peace hero through holistic and innovative peace education. With an interfaith background, she grew up with a deep appreciation for the importance of one's role in building peaceful coexistence. Her own experiences of Gulf War and various forms of conflict and violence have led her to believe that sustainable, peaceful society can be achieved by nurturing a culture of peace heroism in every child and capacitating various sectors, including the youth, to be peace educators. Tech Peace Build Peace Movement, or TPBPM, uses music, arts, games, service and peace education, and learning resources to cultivate knowledge, skills, attitudes, values, and behaviors to have peace with self, build peaceful relationships, and the environment. In 2020, she was among the 400 honorees all over Asia hailed as leaders of tomorrow in the 5th edition of Tatler Asia's Gen T list. She was the recipient of the 2013 Emerging Peace Champion Award for the N-Peace Network by UNDP. She has been called a game changer and the Peace Princess of the Philippines, working towards a culture where peace is not just the absence of conflict, but a way of life. Ladies and gentlemen, delivering a speech entitled Building a Citizenry of Peace Heroes, streaming live from Iligan City, let's all welcome Ate Honey Usman.
A peaceful evening, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, which means may peace and mercy be upon you. Sisimulan ko ang aking kwento sa salitang bata. Ano nga ba ang dapat nararanasan ng isang bata? Alam nating lahat na ang bata ay dapat naglalaro, nag-aaral, nakakatulog ng mahimbing, at nakakakain ng maayos. Seeing children happy and experiencing the best of their lives make us happy. Their smiles make us smile. Al, not his real name, is always excited walking to school. When their classes start, he eagerly listens to his teacher, happily doing school activities with his classmates and enjoying their time playing. It was indeed a happy school day every day for Al. This was his routine until war took place. It also took his happy memories. I am one of the thousands of children who experienced war. I was just 7 years old when I witnessed war. I will never forget the loud sound of siren warning us if a missile was coming, the loud sound of explosion, the extreme shaking of our house once missiles were dropped, and carrying our gas masks every time we go out. This was a part of my childhood that made a mark in my life. Plus, being brought up by my parents who taught us the beauty of kindness, compassion, and diversity. And then, as I went on with my journey as a young professional, things got even more challenging. I started being immersed and began serving in conflict-affected areas at the age of 21. We have encountered different stories of children, stories that ranged from children affected by armed conflict, children who experienced discrimination and neglect, children who were bullied, and children who got recruited and started using guns, and because of certain circumstances have limited knowledge to peaceful solutions to resolve our community's challenges. All of these kids were victims of circumstances. All of them were victims of personal struggles that made them do things that caused harm and created a negative impact in their lives. Each child's story gave birth to Teach Peace, Build Peace movement, a nonprofit organization with a mission of making every Filipino child and youth a peace hero. Our organization is a strong advocate of innovative peace education. When we created the organization, we envisioned young generations of different faiths and ethno linguistic groups as prime movers in building a culture of peace and making peace as a way of life. All of us want peace. All of us here want our children to grow up as productive and peaceful citizens. But the question is, do we have enough foundation, may it be in schools and communities, may it be formal and non formal education, to nurture the seeds of peace in the hearts and minds of our children? Have we been looking into the need for developing peaceful habits? If wars indeed begin in the minds of human beings, then it is even more significant that we invest in teaching about peace that is focused on behavioral transformation and include this in our structures, in our plans and policies. For Teach Peace, Build Peace movement, peace education is the most sustainable way in building a culture of peace and building a citizenry of peace heroes. We strongly believe that peace education is for all. And learning is not only limited to the four corners of our classrooms, but peace education can also happen anywhere. Peace education must be included in the system of education in every school and in every community through the local government units. We must create more spaces and more opportunities for the members of our community, especially children and youth, to learn about harmony with self, harmony with others, and harmony with nature. As we are living in such challenging times, peace must also be seen holistically that can really lead to sustainable, peaceful communities. And one of which is cultivating inner peace, or what we also call peace with self, that can address one's personal struggles and contribute to positive mental health and well being. This is very much needed, especially by our young generations who have been longing to find their sense of love, sense of purpose, sense of identity, and sense of belongingness. According to a former member of a certain violent group, what pushed him to be a violent person was not the ideology itself, but what he calls potholes. These are trauma, abuse, poverty, bullying, grievances, and other personal struggles. We become vulnerable if we do not know how to deal with these potholes. And this is why we continue to advocate for the institutionalization and integration of innovative peace education in schools, in the peace and order and public safety plans of local government units, and in the peace activities of security sector partners assigned in our areas. Peace education is for all and must be in every school and in every community. With all forms of conflict and violence that our children and young people are exposed to, we reflected on how we can contribute to institutionalizing and mainstreaming peace education in the Philippines, both in schools and communities. That's why back in 2015, we created the Peace Heroes Formation Program as our innovative peace education model in support of mainstreaming a sustainable and holistic approach to peace education in schools and communities, both formal and non-formal systems. Here is a video of some of the things that we do in our Peace Heroes Formation Program.
Assalamualaikum. I am Yuslan Abdurrahman. I live in Barimbingan, Ditsen, Ramain, Lanao del Sur. I am Peace Hero Ambassador.
I am Junari Aledi Malipos. I am from Barimbingan Central Elementary School. I am Arts for Peace.
Ang aking mga karanasan ay gaya ng putukan at ako'y takot at nakatago lang sa bahay. At hindi kami pinapalabas hanggat hindi matatapos ang putukan.
Ang aking mga karanasan ay yan ng kinakabahan ako at saka pinapasok din ako ng mga magulang ko. Baka may sali pa kami doon sa gulo nila.
Ang hindi ko makakalimutan ay ang kwento nila Ate Fai, sila Ate Saleha at Ate Isa. Ang kanilang kwento ay tungkol kay Toto Tigre at Lolo Leo.
Isa na ang atin, ang paggalaw ng mga duwende. Iniwasan ng isang duwende at nakita niya na mayroong dalawang letra.
Ang tungkol sa kwento ay wag mo muna gawin, tingnan mo muna yung gagawin mo bago mo gawin.
Ang hindi ko po nakalimutan ay yung pag-drawing sama sina Kuya AJ, gaya ng pag-paint ng mga ibon at saka kung ano-ano mga animals. Natuto din ako mag-drawing kahit wala sila.
Ang natutunan ko bilang peace hero ay huwag mag-bully sa iyong mga classmate kasi yun ay makakasama sa kanyang damdamin.
Ang natutunan ko bilang peace hero ay maging malinis at saka huwag ka mag-bully sa mga kaklase o sa ibang tao. Pagalitan ka ng mga naninila at saka baka makagawa pa kayo ng mga gulo. Ang kapayapaan ay para sa ating kapwa at ating mga sarili.
Ang kapayapaan para sa akin ay dahilan para mapanatili ang kaligtasan ng ating bayan.
Ako si Junari Ale Di Malipos.
Ako naman si Aslani Abdurrahman.
At kami ay mga Peace Heroes!
We have been using different forms of art, games, peace and service, and contextualized peace education learning resources that are faith, culture, context, gender sensitive. Our intention here was to create a model for schools and communities to be guided on how to build a culture of peace in schools and communities through formal and non-formal peace education. Transforming children and youth to become peace leaders who advocate for peace as a way of life. It was also developed to supplement formal learning by empowering the children with peace-building attitudes and skills, as well as exercises for their mental and emotional health. The Peace Heroes Formation Program has two tracks. One is the Building a Citizenry of Peace Heroes track, which is our prevention and protection of children track, giving emphasis on the nurturing of seeds of peace in the hearts and minds of our young generations in their formative years. Next is the Aftercare Peace track, which is an integration of spiritual, psychosocial care, and peace education for children and youth returnees together with their families. The focus of our program is the child, where we conduct Peace Hero Kids Ambassadors Leadership Journey sessions and Artists for Peace mentoring sessions. We capacitate different sectors that may influence their behavior, such as their parents through peaceful parenting sessions, teachers through the Peace Education Leadership Formation course for educators, and Peace Education Leadership Formation course for youth organizations and community leaders. And as part of institutionalizing and mainstreaming our community-based peace education approach, we had our first ever batch of peace education public servant leaders who have completed our Peace Education Leadership Formation course for local government leaders and security sector partners. It is because of peace education that has made our children and youth develop mindful and peaceful habits. It is because of peace education that can help children and youth who felt unaccepted feel confident that they can make it and become successful. And it is because of peace education that can make children and youth heal and unlearn the violence brought about by their past. Peace education can help young people and individuals from various sectors be the best version of themselves as peace heroes and be at the forefront of raising a generation of peace heroes both online and offline. Peace education can empower youth and public servants to create peaceful and safe spaces for children and fellow youth. Bringing out the peace heroism of every person in our country and the rest of the world, beginning with our children, is Teach Peace, Build Peace movements call to action for everyone. As what I always say every time I speak about our peace education journey, if we want a sustainable, peaceful nation, we must invest in nurturing a culture of peace in the hearts and minds of our children and young people. And let's do this by building a citizenry of peace heroes, one child, one family, one school, and one community at a time, using the power of innovative peace education. Maraming salamat po. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A peaceful evening, everyone.